Hello, friends. Wildly of Wild Vampire here with your emotional and energetic reading for this week, beginning with Moon Day, October 9th, 2023. And we started this month with a very emotional card, and this week the energy is now moving into the mental body. So, this is often pretty natural whenever we begin a new cycle in one element, in one of the bodies emotional, mental, physical, or energetic, then it begins to flow and move through the other elements, the other bodies, as we go through the integration process, as we go through the period of really taking in whatever the transition is happening in our lives and allowing that rebirth to land in our bones and then begin to express outwards, begin to become embodied. So, last week we started this new emotional cycle where we're allowing more of our felt experience to come in to the body and really find a good place. And now this week we're moving into the mental body with the Seven of Wands. So the sevens are also considered a chaos number. So if you'll remember, we've gone from the Five of Swords to the Ace of Cups, and now we're in the Seven of Wands. We've been asked to release and let go of things that are not working for us, actions and commitments and obligations. We're now sitting with our feelings and really trying to decide, how do I want to feel in my life? What is the experience I'm calling in? I'm tired of living the day-to-day groundhog experience, and I would like to have more empowerment and presence in my process. That's what this week is all about. We are now moving towards the dark moon in just a few days. And the Seven of Wands here says, okay, it's time to reorient our mindset towards the future, what we're moving towards. What do we want to create? And first, before we can create it, we have to be able to see it in our minds. We have to be able to vision it. We have to have that seed of desire and then make the thought pattern shifts necessary so that we can manifest that vision, so that we can bring it into form. Form doesn't happen until we first have the heart desire and the mindset. These two things need to be in position. Then we can give action through the body and our choices to have the vision come into fruition. It's a pretty simple process, right? We feel our way through. What's the desire? Then we got to step into the mind. Okay, what are the stories that I have been telling myself that make this desire impossible? How do I rewrite those stories to make the impossible possible? What are my personal limiting beliefs? If you've ever read the book The Big Leap by Gay Hendricks, it really steps into some of these concepts where it is our mindset and the stories that we have on repeat that actually prevent us from creating or moving towards the thing that we most desire, that we most dream of experiencing. So when we step into a more lunar-based way of living, if we come back into our bodies, reorient to our own biorhythms, begin to become more in tune with our environment and clear out all that programming that keeps us out of sync with the land that we're living on and the seasonality that we are a part of, then we get to step into this really juicy and fun place where we are creatrixes in our lives, where we are actively in power, shaping our experience of our moments. First, by with that heart feeling, and then stepping into the mindset, doing the self-intimacy work to see where those stories are holding us back, and choosing to have a different perspective. choosing a perspective that supports where we are growing towards, supports the expansion process. And then as we expand, we're always doing the breath of going out, coming in sustainably. We're not talking about expansion to the moon with no pauses, no integration, no exploring the consequences of every little change that we make. We're being in dynamic motion with what is in a very sustainable and rhythmic way. This is what happens when we tune into the seasons, to the equinoxes, to the solstices. This is what happens when we orient ourselves to the phases of the moon. We are allowing ourselves to expand and contract in a rhythm that brings our dreams to life without totally blowing out our nervous system or creating so much chaos and havoc in our lives that we have difficulty maintaining. So this week, the invitation with this Seven of Wands is to look at the way you're speaking to yourself when you are considering what you want, what you desire, what you dream of, what you're fascinated by. You get to be a lifelong learner. You get to continue learning and growing and trying new things. If you allow this piece of yourself that contains wonder and excitement and delight, if you allow it to shrivel and die within you, that is when you become a bitter old person who has experienced it all and knows it all and is not excited by their lives. It's up to each one of us individually to caretake and cultivate that seed, that spark within us that is continually encouraging us to learn new things, to taste new things, to experience new things. It's what keeps life juicy. It's what cultivates radiance inside of each one of us. And this is the week where we are energetically being supported to look at our own mental patterns and deciding which ones are robbing us of our joy in this moment. It's a pretty potent week. And I want to invite you, if exploring these parts of yourself feel difficult, feel challenging, if you do not know how to create a self-discipline, an inner boundary with yourself to explore these things, I want to invite you into my Holy Boundaries 28-day email challenge. I have 3 different payment plans to make this as accessible and affordable to anyone who wants to do this work, and it comes with a full money-back guarantee if you don't receive the medicine that I feel is really encapsulated in there. So if you would like to explore this more deeply, if you would like to learn about your own mental patterns, if you would like to orient more to a lunar way of living, check it out. It's in my bio. It's got a lot of affordability, and it's one of those offerings where it creates a path moving forward so that you can do your own healing work. This is for you. I can't speak highly enough of it. I'm really proud of this offering, and I would love for you to join us. So do check that out. Until next week, take good care of yourselves. I hope that you have everything that you need, and I will tune in with you again next Monday. Bye for now.